And welcome back to Pokemon Team Creation Series from Okacha. Who has given me a lot of suggestions. Thanks, Oka. What is the Pokemon team? Seeing as Alien Earth is out, I felt this would be a nice one to bring up next. Eleanor Ripley from the Alien series. Now, at first glance, she's actually a little difficult because there's not a whole lot to do with her. But I'm going to center that a little bit more. But I think I figured out a team that kind of works in this case. So let's just get started. Right out of the gate, her starting Pokemon, and the Pokemon that best represents her, at least in general, is Mega Kangaskhan. Why? Because one of the predominant things about Ripley is the fact that she is, in fact, a mother. We know that for a fact. She had a daughter, and her motherly instincts, particularly when it came to Newt. So you add that into basically a caregiving type mother-like Pokemon in Kangaskhan. And you add in the fact that she'd definitely be bonded with the most, you have Mega Kangaskhan. By the way, yes, I did see the new Mega Evolutions that dropped for the Nintendo Presents. My man Chestnut getting some love. Great. She also had a pet, and that pet's name was Jonesy, which I have represented here as Litten. He's the closest to an orange cat that like Jonesy was. I don't know if Jonesy was like an orange tabby, but he was an orange cat. Now, I did want something that represented her mech suit in Aliens, but there's not really a Pokemon that works well as a mech in the general, in the way we saw it in that movie. So next best thing, a steel type that's kind of mech-like. I went with Duraludon. I think Duraludon looks close enough to a mech that you could make an argument. Oh yeah, she could wear a suit that looks like this. This helps fight off the aliens, particularly when we see another Mon on this team in a little bit. Now, I will admit the fourth Mon on the team, which is Medicham, is more or less a filler type Pokemon. There is some minor logic to it. She is a very combat-oriented individual. Like, she's scared out of her mind when she goes fight these things, but she still will do it. She's not afraid to get rough. And this helps represent a little bit of the telepathic connection she has to the aliens, given the psychic type. Speaking of which, because in Alien 4, she became part alien as well as being part human, I knew I needed something that kind of represented the xenomorphs in some way. And the closest Mon we have right now that I think works as a xenomorph stand-in is Drapion. It is big, it is insectoid-like. Yes, it has multiple legs, but it's also got the tail. It is a giant scorpion, kind of, but it is a monstrous creature as well. I think that actually works as a xenomorph stand-in, which works in well when you factor into its poison typing is completely negated by Duraludon's immunity to it. Last but not least, though, we have her ace. Now, I don't always have the ace on the team be the last one, but if I can, I'll usually have it be the last one. Mewtwo. Now, why Mewtwo? Well, Mewtwo represents, again, Alien 4, Alien Resurrection Ripley. In fact, the shot of Mewtwo growing in a test tube is very similar to Ripley growing in a test tube. The fact that it's extremely powerful as Ripley got pretty strong. That makes sense. It's also got a tail. It's kind of alien looking, although more cat-like than a xenomorph, but still. And again, the psychic telepathic connection she had with the xenomorphs. So, ultimately, that would be her team. Now, how balanced is this team? Well, surprisingly pretty balanced. It's got a ×2 weakness to fighting with the normal type and the steel type. It's got a ×3 weakness to ground with the steel type, the fire type, and the poison type. It's got a ×2 weakness to ghost with the 2 psychic types. But the flip side of that coin is that it's ×2 strong against grass. So your poison and fire type right there. ×2 strong against rock with a fighting type, a steel type, and a why did I say times? Sorry, I'm just looking at this now. Why did I say ×3 strength against rock? Poison's not strong against rock, neither is dark. Okay, it's got a ×2 strength against dark. Yes, Kangaskhan can learn fighting moves as well, but that doesn't matter. We're talking about typing. ×3 strength against steel, though, with the fire typing and the fighting typing. ×3 strength against ice with both those guys, plus the Duraludon steel typing. ×2 strength against fairy with the steel and poison typing. ×3 strength against psychic with the dark type. And the where am I getting the, man, I really didn't write this down well last time. There's only one Mon in the scene that's strong against psychic, and it's Yeah, it's the one. I don't know where that came from. My apologies. And a ×2 strength against fighting with your 2 psychic types. Now, in terms of regions, there are some regions are non-starters. For example, I'm going to be honest, Paldea is a non-starter. You're not getting past the Bug Gym, even with Kangaskhan Mega involved. You might have the stats, you don't have the moves. The only thing you got really is Stomp. That's really about it. And even then, you don't get Stomp until a little later. You honestly have like Bite and Pound more than anything else. And that's not a guarantee, frankly. And Galar, it's a straight out no. You might not even get past Milo, to be honest. And this team certainly couldn't beat Leon. Then you're not getting past Grant. And honestly, I'm going to just simplify this right now. The only regions where you actually could win are Kanto. Honestly, Kanto's a legit one. I think your team is balanced enough throughout the whole region and dealing with Lance. It's a maybe if you can get past the Dragonites in Johto. And Sinnoh, it's just kind of a non-star. You can't get past Roxy. And Sinnoh's maybe a hard maybe. That's about it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.